Hello and welcome back. All right.
Hi.
How is everybody looking on the stream? We are
think
good.
we're all in camera.
We're not blurry. That's good.
Congratulations.
Welcome back to Falling Stars. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a good Sunday. Hope this is something worth watching for you out there in TV land. That being said, any announcements before I start kicking off?
Godric's pregnant. Unexciting.
That's called food.
In
Food belly.
actual announcements, just the usual stuff. If you check out our About page, you'll see all of the links to all of our different social medias. Go hit us up with follows and shares and subscriptions and all that jazz. Make sure to hit the follow or subscribe here if you haven't already. If you're watching, if you have, you're awesome. Thank you for the support. Little change today. That little corner that we've been doing our artwork is empty because we didn't know what to put at the moment. We kind of ran through all the cool stuff that we've taken pictures of, and
Because we've been waiting on you to get us some photos, something cool that you've done, or maybe some artwork that somebody's made. You will always be represented here, and nobody's stealing your artwork. So,
yep,
yes.
I've made a post on Twitter about that and Facebook. All we ask, if you want to get that to us, is to just tag us, hashtag Falling Stars 2021 on Twitter. You can DM us, PM us with the information. We just need your name, any social media links you might want associated with it. And yeah, we're gonna promote the heck out of you as often as we can. Share the love. On that note, about art, we need art for our stream.
We love
So
art.
again, artists, if you've got commissions going, let us know. If you want, if you want some commissions, hit us up. We need everything. We need pictures of ships, pictures of our characters, of creatures, of this is all different new stuff.
And when this gets published, not if, when it gets published, you're going to get credit for everything. It's going into the book, your artwork, as long as you know it passes publisher inspection, which I'm sure most of it will. Nothing sexually explicit or any dirty photos, because you guys are weird out there. So, just saying, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Willing to pay. We love you guys. Support. We scratch your back, you scratch ours, all that jazz.
Ooh. Did you say? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I was going to say.
On a more personal note, something that I always like to include, we do currently stream from home. That includes having a toddler running around in and out. We keep him as off stream as we possibly can, but he does pop in every now and then needing things, or I'll jump off screen every now and then needing things. So if you see me disappear a lot in about an hour or so,
Mom business.
I'm on mom duty. So
Yep. So without any further announcements, we'll pick it back up. And we're looking into cosplay stuff so we can get you a really cool intro video, not unlike Critical Role. So that being said, let's dive into, let's just do it. Okay.
We'll do it.
All right. So, cool intro video that we pretended we had is over.
Done.
Yeah, it's a bunch of clowns in a car flying around.
Which is pretty accurate description of this game right now.
Yeah.
Shooting cat guns out the window.
So running.
Yep. All right. When we last met, the group also, real quick, I'm sorry about the audio. I'm trying to figure it out. We're probably going to have to get little lapel mics.
Yeah, just crank your volume way up.
Lav, whatever called mic. Can't remember. But we're going to have to probably get some of those and test those out. So you'll probably see us doing a goofy future stream with some lapel mics on. Because right now talking to one Yeti Nano doesn't really do it because I got it on Omni. So it's supposed to pick up everything. But it doesn't pick it up as good as if it was cardio right in front of me. So that being said, we're going to be yelling into the mic. So please, if you have to, crank that TV up, crank your computer crank your computer volume up so you can hear what we're saying until we get that fixed. Apologies. So when we last met, oh man, I'm doing good over here. The group continued cleanup of Yandan Catan and turned in Roger Buckworth to the Alticott. 5 billion in essential Pandari marks was allotted to Jala and 1 billion to Halo. Godric had quite the extensive conversation with a former counselor of the Pandari Council, who was retired, much to his dismay. All anger pointed yet again at Jack Cordoba. Godric continued in his, Godric consulted in his crew after speaking with the former counselor to discover Jack is tired of playing general to the militia fleet. And he's seeming to have grown a bit of a distaste for this planet, as well as the solar system in which they reside, the Pandari system. More conversations were had and discoveries were made, informing the crew that the Pandari system, specifically Yandan, has been getting exploited for their resources. They're just not getting their fair share. Godric cut off the supply chain to the other solar systems that Yandan supplies with an approved message from Jack. And so far, 2 of the 4 species affected have responded so far. And with a lucky roll, someone managed to prevent other things from happening.
That's why I'm Godric, man.
So,
Number
picking
20 over here.
up where we left off, Halo. You are still out in the field in the mech. You start to see this very, very large vessel pull up away from the second continent, and it seems to be leaving. You're in the middle of kind of a weedy field, lots of bugs everywhere. You're in your mech, and you're near a tree line. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna fly back, honestly,
Fly where?
to Godric, see what the heck's happening.
Okay, you start to make your way back. Jala, what are you doing?
I'm still sitting in the field and...
Yes.
Okay.
Wind is blowing everywhere, and it's quiet, but there's a lot of wind coming off of this ship leaving right now.
And Godric says the winds
You're
change.
not your turn.
I know. That's what it's
Kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, but the other 2 that we sent that message to, I'm gonna go in a completely kind of different direction, ask Jack about the ship that he said he had for Domino.
You kind of catch Jack off base with that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's over here.
Okay, cool. So I figured I'm here, might as well get her set up.
And he starts to walk you towards another section of empty field.
Okay.
As you make your way over there, you see him reach into his pocket and press something, and the top layer of dirt comes up, and a rather gargantuan-sized door slides over top the rest of the grass, and you start to see slowly raising up out of the dirt the proposed ship. It looks older, but you can tell it was a medical craft from about 100 years ago.
Okay.
People just dump shit here.
It's sleek, but it doesn't look like it would be as a...
Slow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's running slow today. It doesn't seem to be as accommodating
That's okay.
from first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes up, it's all black.
Mm-hmm.
And it does have an old, kind of faded red cross on it.
Cool. Okay.
It's covered in like a layer of dust and dirt, mostly from being stored underground.
Yeah.
And then he just waves you over, and he presses a button to the back door, and the walls fold down. Not as big, but you can still access it from about 180 degrees.
Okay.
So like the walls fold down on the sides, the wings stay fixed. But underneath the wings are the actual medical bays. But it looks like he's been working to retrofit it to what hers used to look like,
Okay.
as close as possible.
We've got the means to make it more her, thanks to Riker. So.
All right, Godric, what are you doing? You're still out in the field. You see Jack and Jala
Is
walking.
anybody trying to communicate with me or about?
Not right now.
All right, I get a hold of Amy.
Yes, Captain.
Yes, I need you to take like 200 of the people I have at the mansion and survey, kind of like trek through the grounds that have been cut, that 25%, to see if like there's any more I can't speak today.
Abnormal?
Yeah. Like, if there's anything popping out of the ground, does it look weird? You know, because nobody knows nothing about these woods.
Understood, Captain.
All right. And just report if anything's weird.
Understood.
And check out the mines.
Understood, Captain.
All right. Bye.
She hangs up. All right.
I was looking at my pig. Is everybody trying to call me or?
You got a couple of messages, but it's mostly it's just general questions about how's the council going from random citizens.
There is no council. I'm the last. That's it.
Jack walks you, if you want to follow him,
Sure.
onto the Swaler of Rhone, which is now landed. You guys going through a side entrance, and right around the corner, he leans in and grabs Domino's box.
Good.
He's like, "Okay, want to help me install this?"
Sure.
Good. And he starts to walk away, and his soldiers are kind of following him, but he kind of tells them to go away.
Okay. I know he gave it to me. I'm assuming I left it on the night. So while we go do that, I'm going to run back to the night wherever I might have stashed the oh my, we're doing great.
Abnormalities. That's what I was trying to say. Maybe I said that wrong.
The temporal displacement, the temporal box that
Okay.
Riker gave me.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab that so that her and the temporal sir.
I'll say you start to make your way over there to go grab it while Jack leads over to the ship.
Yep,
and
I'll meet you over there.
he flops the cockpit open and starts to like pull things out. You can see him start to cut stuff with a grinding or cutting wheel. Okay. Halo.
Yes.
You start to make your way back. I'd say you're about halfway over the first continent. Because you kind of ran far. That thing isn't slow. It's a fast Mac. I'm going to say probably take you your next couple of turns to get over to where they are.
Alright, well, honestly, I'm just gonna kid. No, I'm just gonna ask them that. Can you tell me that story and that's gonna be my turn?
Okay. He starts to tell you a story about the first people of flight, as far as the Ogma go.
Okay.
And then it's kind of a boring story because it's not impressive.
Okay.
It's not like the human or the Vlakir story of by accidental discovery or by trial and failure. It's just more of calculated and execute.
Okay.
So, Jala, what are you doing? You're back at the night, and you're starting to make your way back to the ship Jack is assigned.
Alright, yeah, if I've got that machine, I'm just gonna meet Jack and start hooking up and getting Domino a medical ship again.
Okay. Is that thing running that slow?
Yeah,
I even restarted it. I don't know what's
and
going
I've
on.
got it up just in case it's getting hot. I deliberately put it up now, but
We use a
it's
tablet
just
for Syrinscape on our music, so it's like
really, really cheap
Fighting me.
old tablet.
it's very old, very cheap. So I'll just keep trying to keep music going. So roll a mechanics check for me. Actually, where's my freaking? Oh, I know where it's at. Up here.
What'd you get?
17.
17. You and Jack quickly install Domino's box,
Cool.
and she appears in the cockpit sitting in the seat. Oh, this is a much newer model.
Good
Oh.
to hear.
Oh, ooh, that feels good. And she sits in the seat and she's like, new engines. Is that a shield?
Yeah, he hooked you up after whatever happened over there.
And you start to hear things turning on in the ship as you continue to move. She's like, I will need temporal displacement if I'm to
Working on
help
it.
50 or more.
And I'm in the middle of putting that box in. Working on it.
Understood. Okay, I'll say you and Jack continue to work on that. Godric, you're still in the field. What are you doing?
I guess I'm walking out of the field. No one's showing up, so...
About 10 minutes goes by and you start to see vehicles and you recognize the people on them as they start to move through the stretch of field that's been cut.
Okay. I move with the people.
And you still see a couple of Ogma tree cutters hovering the area, but you can see Jack's militia fighters are kind of keeping them at bay. Yeah, it looks as though they're still trying to cut down ships. Or cut down trees.
I'll get a hold of Jack.
This is Jack.
Yeah, why are the Ogma still trying to cut trees down?
Because they're mad. I cut them off because they were trying to take more than they were trying to play the time, not the quantity, and they lost.
But they got what they
got their share.
Alright.
They got what they were requiring.
Alright, just don't shoot them down, just tell them to go away.
I know. Also, I'm going to have people stopping in just so you guys know to pick up some things.
Okay.
Okay, alright, this has got to count.
Jack, out. Okay, what are you doing? Anything?
I'm walking with the guys, looking around, see if anything's weird.
One of them comes by in an APC. It's kind of hard to traverse this on foot, at least at a speedy manner. So as you guys start to make your way, where are you at inside the vehicle? This isn't your APC, this is one of theirs.
Alright, I guess I'm on top of their APC with binoculars.
Okay, make a perception check. What are you looking for exactly?
Like, that was terrible. Doesn't matter now. 7.
Anything that isn't the tree.
Okay.
Like, ships out of the ground, like, mineral deposits, more mines, dead body, I don't
Okay.
know. Just weird shit.
Start to make your way into the woods. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm rolling for decisions. Okay. Now, you make it about 150 yards in. A mine goes off underneath your vehicle.
And I just tell everybody, stop the vehicle.
The tires are flat. And it takes 501 points of damage as the energy wave wrinkles the hull underneath. You said you're up in the turret?
No, I'm just sitting on top of it.
You're on top of the turret.
No.
Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
17.
You feel the... You instantly stick your hand back and just happen to grab a handle as you see the back end come forward, and it almost looks like it's going to go and land on you, but then
Okay, check to see
all
if
the
it was...
vehicles stop and they start to run over towards you. Halo,
Yes.
as you now are over the second continent,
Okay.
you see an explosion off in the distance on the other side of the base.
I'm gonna head there.
You head there? Okay. You start to see Godric on the top of an armored vehicle that's kind of smoking now, but it's stopped moving.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him like come back and land against the vessel.
Okay. I'm gonna say, Camulus,
Yes, young one.
do a scan for enemy intruders.
Roll for your mech.
D20.
Yep.
Computer check.
Alright, that's about to go hell.
What would be the plus on that, if anything?
It'd be a computer check.
Oh,
With,
just
I'd say Camelus has like a 10
Oh.
modifier because he's a mech.
Yes, so
Okay, so
that's a plus 10. No, 4 and 3 plus.
I think you're just doing the plus 10, so 13.
13.
Yeah, 13.
No intruders detected, but you see his weapon systems come online, and you start to see bits and bobs come out of the top of him you didn't know about.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you just added it.
Okay.
Wait, are they aiming at me though?
They're just open.
Okay.
They're just up. You're
I'm
still inside the mech.
I'm gonna call Godric.
You see him.
Oh. Okay. Wait, I'm near him?
You're in front of him.
Oh, so I thought I was
In front of his vehicle. I'd say you landed in front of it.
Okay, I thought I was still in air. I'm gonna say Godric.
Actually, hang on a second. Okay. Your mech steps backwards, getting into a abrasive fight stance. And
Godric.
then
Go ahead.
you say, "Hey, Godric." You see him step back. Your mech takes 706 points of damage
Dude.
as you see Camelus go flying backwards. Make a dexterity saving
Well, I
throw.
was going to say, see, nothing.
hate
He's
you.
in it.
I know, but he's still in control of the mech.
Hey, I'm getting terrible throws today.
Dexterity is a plus 3. 8 plus 3.
8 plus 3. 11.
11. You see Camus's legs come off
I hate you.
and land in the trees. Further down, but they hit the trees with such thunder it actually breaks a couple of
I was
them.
gonna say this is some big trees.
Camus is still alive. You're alive, as his energy dampening field stopped it from happening.
How far am I from Godric?
You flew about about 2 yards from him north.
That's
So
fine.
you're like in
Oh,
front
not
of him.
bad. Yeah.
Godric, he landed in front of you, and his mech absorbed the damage because you're lucky. But I'm going to say that you're partially deaf now from the second explosion.
All right.
Hang on, it ain't your turn.
I know.
Halo, what are you doing?
I'm gonna call Amy instantly.
Okay, she answers.
Amy, we have
Hi.
an issue.
What's going on?
Godric and me and his crew.
I know, I'm on my way over.
My mech legs are now off.
We'll get it fixed. We'll be right there.
I mean, he got really agitated.
Okay, you hang up mad. Jala,
Mm-hmm.
you and Jack are working on the vessel and almost got the temporal displacement device in when you hear and you see, as you look up, you see the APC stop and you start to make your way over there.
Uh-huh.
But then you see Halo's mech land
Uh-huh.
and watch something explode underneath him and blow the legs off of the mech and go sailing through the sky.
It's not far, is it?
You're about 150 meters away, 150 yards. Jack throws.
Jack? Did you plant some mines?
No,
No?
no.
Shit. Okay. We need to get in there and get them out safely. Is there any chance that I can do some sort of preliminary scan for like the electronics of a mine to figure out how big this minefield might be?
Make a computers check with your pick. So add your modifier.
Yeah, and I get advantage because I'm me. That's a thing I do.
Good Jala.
Hang on. I want to make sure I'm reading this number correctly. Yes, I am. Okay. $24.
24. You see that it is a minefield.
Mm-hmm.
In their immediate vicinity, there's nothing within those two, the APC and the mech's range, for about 50 meters. But there's probably about 25 to 30 mines that you can see
Okay.
within your sweep distance.
Mm-hmm.
But it also butts up to where they haven't cut the trees down at.
Oh, okay, so we have no idea how far they go.
Right, you have no idea. And you've also never seen a mine do that much damage.
Damage. Yeah, that's scary. Okay, good to know. Minefield. Is there space? God, getting that mech out's gonna be nasty. Do I see? Is there space enough in between the mines to get like a jeep or something in just to get the living beings out, and then we'll worry about the larger vehicles?
Make an intelligence check. I actually need to make another roll.
13.
13. You see a couple of areas that are clear enough to where you could fit like a truck or a vehicle of some kind, a ground vehicle.
Okay.
Okay. Another explosion goes off. Further away from them, you see people on four-wheelers.
I'm gonna-
And you hear... And you see a four-wheeler... And you see 5 people go flying.
Shit. Okay, I'm going to page for like Lada or somebody to make an announcement like through the night's speakers so that everybody can hear it. That everybody in the general area, please stop moving. There's landmines in the area. Everyone stop what you're doing.
Okay. The crowd starts to form behind you guys. You can now see like the soldiers are wanting to run in there, but
Yeah.
they hear the announcement from Lada, and everybody just stops what they're doing. All right, I'll say.
All
That
right.
what are you trying to accomplish?
Right now, I just want to get I'm trying to place it in my head. Are they like in the woods, or are they just before the woods?
Let me see your
Because if
notebook.
they're not,
I can give you guys a better description if I just draw it out.
okay. Cause well, I mean, if they're in the woods, then I was gonna like send a ship with like grappling hooks to hook up to the mech and the APC, lift up and bring it out.
I'm actually angry in real life.
Not necessary. This is a game.
I know. This.
Okay, so the square represents their base. The little dots represent the trees that were cut down.
Okay.
And the small square and the longer rectangle represent Halo and his APC.
I want to say something.
Not your turn.
Okay. So we can like see them.
You can
Cool.
see them. There's nothing obscuring your vision of them except for a bunch of dust and dirt in the air now. Mud.
Okay. Cool. In that case, I'm going to have the knight with a couple of just to get him out without get the APC and his mech out without activating more of these things. I'm gonna have the knight carefully go over with some grappling hooks, hook up to them, lift, and move them back to what we know is a safe zone.
I'll say.
And if Jack will come with me, because I'm gonna I'll play a navigator in a truck to while the knight's doing that to pick these two up and get them out.
All right, Jack. He runs back onto the swaler, and he's like over here, and he points you towards a tow truck, and I'll say you guys start to get that going.
Okay.
Godric.
Godric's did it, huh?
Godric, you've seen his mech go flying backwards, and you hear another explosion off to your right, and and you see some of your men flying through the air.
I call them, see what's going on.
One of them answers. He's got a huge wound on his face. Yeah. He's covered in mud and blood.
Can you make it back to the mansion where I have all those medical supplies?
I don't think so. And you see him slam something into his leg.
What is that?
Nanites.
All right.
And then he slams the guy in front of him with another one.
Yeah.
And you see him kind of lay there and just stare at the sky.
All right. How many are dead?
I don't know.
How many came up here?
120 of us.
No, how many were hurt by the blast?
5, I think. I don't know.
Okay. Don't come up here. Booby traps everywhere.
Oh shit.
Alright. Alright, let me know if you need anything.
He hangs up. What are you doing?
Pondering. I was like, why is there mines here? Wouldn't the sitters have set them all off? And with all the growth around here, they would have set the mines off too. Maybe they're new. Alright, can we still back out from where we came?
Your driver is unconscious.
I'll drive it.
Okay, I'll say you take a minute to pull him out of the driver's seat. He's alive, he's just out cold.
Okay.
Make a driving or piloting check for me. What'd you roll?
I got a 1.
Natural 1.
Oh.
Okay, don't even add anything.
No.
I don't get that.
No, natural ones are ones, dude.
I never get a natural 1, ever, hardly.
How does it feel? Did
Suck.
you feel good?
No, it hurts. I need lube.
So, you try to turn it on,
Alright.
and you also notice that you have no front wheels. And you're staring, you're like, your vehicle's sitting like this, and the ground's right here.
Oh, well, that's just great. I just get out. I help the guy, whoever's injured, out of the APC.
You get them out?
Yeah.
How far away do you lay them from the APC?
Behind the APC in a line. So basically, the APC already went over the.
Do I see him moving?
You do. You start to see Godric doing things, but hang on.
Okay.
Okay. Make a. What's your what's your perception score? Just a perception score.
6.
No, but not the modifier area, the actual, in the little box.
Perception?
I don't think we have anything in the little box. Let me see.
No, there's nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Perception is wisdom, and his wisdom score is a 16.
Okay.
Perception is a 6.
You lay the second guy down in the mud, who's starting to wake up, and your foot slides in the mud, and you feel it hit something kind of hard. You pull your foot back and realize there's a mine right there.
Okay.
What do you do?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I make a phone call. Amy, I got a mine I just stepped on.
You start to see her and Cottage. They don't answer you.
Alright.
Or if they do respond, you can't hear them because you're
Okay.
partially deaf.
I can't hear you, I'm deaf.
So you see Cottage do something, and then she kind of bends forward, and then you see her head rotate all the way around, and she starts to crawl across the field very carefully towards you,
Oh.
like a spider.
Yeah. That gave me the chills.
As you start to render first aid, I would say, to the people
Yeah.
in the APC. You can now see the extent of the damage, as this APC is probably going to need to be rebuilt. You start to see fluid forming around the base of Halo's mech as it still running, but it's leaking.
I think Godric's best bet is to just sit on top of the APC till help arrives.
Okay.
And attend to the wounded.
Okay, Halo.
Mm-hmm.
You're still in your mech?
I'm gonna say Canalus.
Can't do anything.
Yes, young one.
Are you okay?
I am not. I need to shut down.
Fully shut down permanently.
Permanently. Understood.
Until I wake you up, don't wake up.
You hear click, clonk, click, clonk, clonk, click, clonk,
It
clonk,
won't.
click, clonk, clonk. And then the canopy opens, which is...
My pilot.
breaks partially and falls forward and shatters across the ground. You can now smell fresh air out in the middle of a freshly cut tree field.
Question, is there any oil anywhere where if there's any anything?
What do you mean?
Is there any oil on the ground where if I were to step... Ooh. I have an idea. So, do I have a jacket on? I forgot.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna take off the jacket.
Okay.
I am going to see if I have a water bottle or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know if I do or not.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
I'd say
Those are your decisions to make. Do you have a water bottle?
I'd say inside your mech you do have some equipment that, you know, having had to sleep in this for some time,
Okay.
being virtually homeless, yeah, I would say you have some items in there that you could drink out of, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pour like splash water where if I see any like mines or something like that. And like
Make an investigation check.
so basically this is how I want it. So I'm gonna splash water around everywhere near me, and then if I don't see like a little mine thing, like metal or something, I put like in my jacket right where I can like, walk on.
You start to throw water on the ground. You run out very quickly because water canteens aren't very big.
Yeah. Alright, so do you want me to still do that thing or?
You see bits and fragments, but you can't tell if it's from Camelus or if it's a mine. There is fluid from your mech everywhere. Bright green and reds, purples. Yeah, you can see the extent of the damage to Camelus was. It's not as bad as you think. Your armor is gone.
My armor?
Yeah, the armor on the mech is gone. It is everywhere. Some of it stuck in the side of the APC. Yeah, I'll say you really can't determine at this point because you're still somewhat in a blast radius where you can't kind of decipher what's what yet.
Okay, I'm gonna call Jack and Jala at the same time.
Okay. Do you answer?
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
So I don't know what Godric did. I just went to.
Can't do anything.
I wasn't there when it all happened. Okay.
Just stop fucking moving. Me and Jack are coming
I'm
to
not
get you
moving.
guys.
Shut up.
I'm watching these two like, like, stop.
Not your decision.
Okay.
After we already made a call to say don't move, landmines in the area.
I'm basically just staying in the area where my mech is. Stop.
Okay, so here, let's slow it down. Are you getting out of the mech?
Yes, I am.
How far around the mech are you moving?
I might just be like.
You have to say 5 feet, 10 feet, 25 feet, 100,000 feet. I need to know.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna be like probably like 4 feet away from it.
4 feet away.
Yes.
Oh,
I swear to God, if I step on a mine,
What's his wisdom?
Hang on. 12.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Roll a d20 for me.
I'm done.
Okay.
If I die, I'm.
In a panic and in quite the confusion of everything going on, your mech's devastated. That's your pride and joy.
I'm not.
It's shut off. but you're still distraught. And you see people laying on the ground. And you step back and you feel a click. Do you move?
No.
Okay. Now, that is your turn. Jala, you are still on a link call with Jack. And you see Halo freeze.
Shit. Did you just step back on what I think you just stepped back on? Did you just step back on what I think you just stepped back on?
I'm about to shoot myself.
Hang on.
Jack chimes in. Don't move.
Oh, I'm not. Am I
I'm
standing?
on my way out there.
Please be quick, as I can't stand forever.
You hear a...
Wait, hold on.
That's the night. Yeah.
Question.
As...
Nope.
Hang on. Slow down, you angsty people. You hop in a very large vehicle Jack had stored somewhere in the Swaler. You hopped in such a fury you didn't know what it was. You start to see a large vehicle, which now the light hits it as it's coming down the ramp off the Swaler, and he heads right towards the field. It is a very, very large truck with something attached to the front that rolls and makes an awful, awful noise.
Oh, I know what that is.
And you see dirt just as it starts to move its way across the minefield, and then you feel it stop, and then you start to feel it float. The whole vehicle is no longer on the ground. And you start to see a very olive drab, really old vehicle.
Yeah.
Alright,
That's how we roll.
I'm so old.
Really old.
I have a question. Whenever I got Meg almost get killed, how far was the blast radius?
How far was the blast radius in regards to what are you trying to
From the
determine?
mine.
Right, but what are you trying to
Like
determine?
how far up was it and how?
You're not sure because you were flying backwards, and all you know is dirt and mud were landing on the windscreen of your mech.
No, here's an issue. Am I still in the call with Jala?
Yeah, I never got off.
Okay,
You
well,
see her sitting in something, and Jack is driving something, and then you see this emerge coming down towards you guys.
Okay,
And
well,
you know what it is because you were in multiple wars. Make an intelligence check.
Yeah, I know what it
As see what the fuck you're in. It's a
Okay, well-
minesweeper. Hang on. Calm down.
Not a clue. 6.
You've never seen one of these?
I'm just along for the ride, wondering how we're going to pull him off of one of these crazy ass mines.
You hear the swaler start. Start to move over this minefield.
Okay.
Okay, what are you doing? You're in the vehicle. You're making your way across the minefield now.
Okay. Well, do I even need to be doing this? Because I was going to navigate through the... I was going to navigate us through that minefield, but if we're floating, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal anymore.
Jack says, yeah, it kind of is.
Okay, then yeah, I will play navigator through the minefield. And I'm feeling like, as much as it pains me to say this, I'm kind of feeling that we should probably grab Godric first. That way there's at least a body safe in here while we go try to pull him off this landmine.
Fair enough. And you start to direct Jack around.
No offense to you, but if we pull you off first and it goes bad, he's taking even more damage. So I'd rather have one of you safe than both of you gone.
I'm gonna get still hit no matter what.
We'll find out. Who knows? We're pretty smart.
You make your way in. Jack's got to make a driving check. Yeah, he succeeds.
Okay.
Jack's like, this is an old mine clearing vessel.
Oh, okay.
So,
Cool.
Yeah. And quick enough, you see this ugly, loud thing pull up next to your vehicle. And you see Jack press a button on the dash. And he comes, you see him do this, and tuck his arms across him, and you see him go right through the roof. And then stand up into a chair.
Mm-hmm.
You see Jack say, all right, get on.
I grab my people and we hobble them onto the ship.
Okay, you start to make your way around, being very careful. I'll say at this point you're in.
Okay.
Wait, wasn't he on? No, not my turn.
Yeah, didn't you only have one person with you? Because the rest of them were a little farther away.
Yeah, I kind of joined the group.
Did you step in a mine?
No,
How did you pull that if you said you weren't moving?
I just went back up top of the APC and sat until Jack and you showed up.
He left them in the mud while he sat on the top of the APC.
What? They were wounded.
Yeah.
And unconscious.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought they were a separate thing, and it was just him and the driver.
Okay, so he had people in his vehicle
Okay.
that came and got him. That you didn't know.
Okay. Okay. I'm caught up.
And then there's people off in the distance also hurt.
That's who I was thinking about. Okay, never mind. I'm caught up. Yeah.
Now, you see off in the distance a vehicle similar to the one Jack is in, but it's thinner, comes shooting across the field.
Newer model.
And you see it kind of almost land, but kind of still hovers. And you see a guy with a can of paint. And he starts spraying the ground with red.
Where they're at. Yep.
And he starts pointing, and you can see your medical team is now in the field off of your ship.
Okay. Are they...
And they're like they're doing something to somebody off in the distance. Now, you're back in the vessel. You help Jack and Jala load your people back in. What are you doing?
All right, let's keep going and uncover all this shit. Somebody's got to. Why are there mines here? What's
Jack
here?
says, I got to help Halo first.
Yeah, one thing at a time. We got another person to deal
Halo?
with.
Okay, he didn't die. All right, let's go get him.
I think he's stuck on a mine.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Halo.
Shut up.
You hear Jack start radioing people as you guys are all in the vessel. And he says, Jolly, get me over to him safely.
Yep.
Jack makes the driving check, and he succeeds.
Sit up.
Sit up, they can't see you.
What was
Like
that?
it looks like all they can see is your hair. You start to. You can almost hear a buzzing underneath the ship as he's avoiding things. And you hear this. Your hearing is starting to come back a little bit better, a little bit more as Jack pulls up. And again, you see him come out the roof of the vehicle. But this time, you see him put something on. And then you see him put a very large helmet on his head
Oh
and
god.
turn it into place.
That's very good.
And he's like, Jala, hand me that. He points towards. It looks like it's like a U, a staff with a U on the end of it, all made of steel, but it's got a lot of electrical wires hooked to it.
I might know exactly what this does.
And Jack does a computer scan, hits it, so I know his stats. Okay. He lands in the mud, and as he comes across to you, he looks at your foot, smiles at you, and says, "Don't move." It can
Shut
get
up.
really loud very quickly. And he puts the metal device under your foot carefully. With an 18, he take your foot off.
I'm gonna take it off.
Okay. You're now free. He says, get in that vehicle.
What about my mech?
I'll get it out of the field. Get in the vehicle. Or I'll leave you here.
I'll get in.
All right, you quickly climb up onto the side and scramble in. As you now see a annoyed Halo emerge in the vehicle, now crowded with people.
Right.
And Jack is out front of the vessel with a mine attached to the end of the rod. And you see the back doors open, and he still has the mine hooked to this.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Godric, hold this. Don't shake it. And he gets back in and sits down. All right.
Let's very carefully get out of here, and we'll have people look at this mine and figure out what this deal is.
Yeah, I think it's older than we think.
Have Amy scan it. Probably as
I think
old
it's
as
in
Amy.
I don't think it's really scannable, because I was just looking at the electronics to figure out what was there.
Jack's like, I know it's old, but I don't know what it's for. But I think it's for what just happened. Yes. And he...
I mean, it's obvious what it's for, but how did they not go off when they were cutting the trees down?
Or the trees were growing, or the weather, or the...
One thing you guys also noticed,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't use any ground vehicles.
They were all, did they know?
You don't know.
Tell us?
They
Can
used
I-
hover vessels, and they also used a lot of aircraft.
Okay, let's get everybody back. Get people fixed. You said that some of Godric's people were dealing with the other group, right? Okay.
They're pulling out of the field right now.
Okay.
Actually, I need to roll for them. And they make it out okay. You can see they almost kind of, because you knew where the mines were. You're like, don't, doing that as they're shooting out of the field.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that the field is now empty.
Okay.
And you guys are back on well-known soil.
Okay. I'm going to call Sam.
Okay.
If you want to contact Amy, call. I'm going to get Sam on this too.
Yeah, that was a shit show. That was a shit... Let me get a picture of the mine.
Okay, you get a picture.
I sent it to Amy. I said, these are what was in the woods.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen those in many times 10 years.
Let me guess. It's an anti-personnel mine.
Sort of. It's a antimatter mine. You're lucky to be here. Those are exceedingly rare and dangerous.
I got a whole woods full of them. And they're protecting something. They
They're
have
expensive.
to be. Say what?
They're expensive.
How expensive?
You see her pull up a market off on the distance. About $100,000 a piece.
$100,000 a piece?
Oh yeah. These were great booby traps for back.
Can
in the
you and Cottage recover all the mines there?
I'd rather not.
No. Need some quick magic shit just because they're.
Okay. Is there anybody that knows how to get rid of those things?
Jack got one, didn't he?
From what I saw, I mean, yeah.
And you guys pull back onto the night, I'll say. Jack pulls his vehicle into your ship.
Mm-hmm.
And your whole crew is there scared shitless because they saw everything that happened.
On my ship?
Yeah. They were watching as everything unfolded out in that field from your ship.
Okay.
And they sat back down once they saw that everybody was back inside of whatever this truck is.
Okay, cool. So we've got ugly mines in the field and a mech and some equipment that need to come out of said field. I am gonna have Sam start trying to get an idea of like how to deactivate these or work on how to get rid of them. If he knows somebody
Okay.
knows somewhere, how.
Roll a d20 for Sam and add 10. 'Cause that's his specialty. Is science.
25.
25. Well, yes, but just to do it would take weeks. It might just be easier just to land a good shot in there with a mass damage something.
Clear the area and.
I'd get the vehicles out first.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Now that the stress is over, it's actually what I was going to have you guys do with the grappling hooks is go over.
We'll get that.
Yeah.
All right. Domino wants to see the patients. And,
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
you hear a touchdown inside your ship in her new vehicle.
mhm.
Jack's like, oh yes, I gave her her own control.
Good.
And then he pulls out a pad and paper and he writes down something and shows it to you. And it says, she's no longer a part of the Reaper fleet.
Her choice.
He scribbles down more. I severed the link.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Can I look at the log that the Agma was supposed to be keeping while they were cutting things down and exploring the mines about anything weird that they found in these woods to see if these mines are listed?
Sure. You open them up. Just general damage suffered from cutting. Shit landing on their vehicles. There was reports of something that fell out of the trees and irreparably damaged one of the ships. It's further away than you guys actually got
Okay.
out in the field.
Hmm.
And you do recall seeing at some point a large recovery vehicle come down from the Agma. Nothing that indicates what you just endured.
Okay.
Okay.
That-
Godric,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Did anybody try to contact me or call me?
No.
Where am I at right now?
I'm gonna say you're standing at the back of the vehicle that just recovered you and your hurt mercenaries.
Well, I go tend to the mercenaries that are hurt.
Domino's ship lands and you start to help them onto her vessel.
Yep.
And you start to also assist in rendering first aid. And you can see she's trying to get her footing in this new ship.
Yeah.
And you just hear her go, oh, this will not do. It has to go over here. While the other Dominoes begin to work on your crew
Okay.
in a fully stocked ship. You see Jack say, okay, well, if you can finish up the temporal displacement device in her ship, I have some business to attend outside.
Okay.
Okay. And you see him walk outside and you hear ships landing outside. And you hear his soldiers hustle and bustle around. And that's him, and now Halo. You're standing outside the vehicle. Jack just saved everybody in. What are you doing?
Goes a Jack.
You see him going down the ramp. He's like, keep up.
Okay. And just go with him.
Okay. You and Jack go outside, and you see very large cargo ships landing. Not military, really. But on the side it says Kostaki Enterprises, and it also says proportional value services. And you see his soldiers start driving things up to these ships, and you start to see some very large vehicles coming out from underneath the base and lining up on the in line to like board the vessels.
Okay, wait, question. How close are we to the mech?
You could see it off in the distance. It's still there, kind of hunched over.
I'm gonna ask Jack, when are we gonna go get my mech?
Right after I sell this shit.
Okay.
You watch Jack sell a lot of equipment that you never knew he had.
Okay. I just remember. I'm gonna call Riker.
Okay. Okay. He answers. Oh,
Yeah.
hello. How are you?
We have an issue.
What is? Oh, there's always an issue. What is
No,
the
this
issue?
is worse.
Is it?
Let's just say, can you fix my mechs, if that's okay with you?
Maybe.
Because let's just say its legs have been blown off, and its arm is gone.
Sit up. Maybe if you make it worth my time.
Like how exactly?
Well, you know, parts and ships don't fly on free. How about some money?
Okay. How much are we talking?
Oh, I'd have to look at your mech. But how about we agree to start at 5 mil first? He kind of raises his gray eyebrows at you very persuasively.
How about you look at the mech and we can see?
Make a persuasion check.
My rolls might be trash. Yeah, persuasion, terrible.
Jack, you can hear this.
Fix this damn deck.
6? 5 mil or no?
Fine.
That's a good point. Now,
Hmm.
I'll see you. Where are you at right now?
At the central location.
Okay.
I'm not
I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay.
Ta-ta. And he hangs up. He's wearing his red velvet jacket with a bright orange tie and a gray vest. And he was wearing a top hat, oddly.
Alright, well,
As he begins to make his way over, okay, you finish watching Jack sell a lot of stuff.
I don't know how much he makes.
Okay, I need a pencil. For some reason, I always forget my damn pencil. Vehicles, you watch droids get off of these ships and climb into these vehicles very quickly, and you start to see them all start and drive in or float in unison. But these are they look like military vehicles, but you don't know anything about this stuff.
Okay.
And then the ships start to leave. Jala,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Open his door when you go up there. I'm gonna instruct the crew. Let's get going on getting that mech and APC out of there.
Okay.
And then while they're doing that, I'm going to finish hooking up the temporal displacement bank because I had to pump the brakes on that because things started exploding.
Okay. You start to see people getting ready to go for the recovery operation. And you finish it up in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
It takes you about 10.
Okay.
And then you see Domino stop. And then she starts moving again, and then you start to see a wave of energy
Things just
the
slowly
length
getting
of the
bigger
ship
around me. Yeah.
to every inch of the ship.
Uh-huh.
And she's just like, one moment. Perfect. And you see now, she doesn't mimic Alira anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a cold feeling, more of like a traditional hospital feel now.
Mm-hmm.
As it seems as though the influence that Alira had over her is gone. Make an intelligence check.
She still needs 12.
12. Something's doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel wrong. But it feels as though something changed.
I mean, she's like independent now, and she's not. Oh my God, what's the word? Hang on, I have the word written down here somewhere. Hang on. I'm just blanking because I suck. Oh, I just can't.
And you see the marshmallowy form that she used to take
Going away? Or is it already gone?
just all of a sudden disappears.
Mm-hmm. What does she look like now?
Now she mimics you. And then Godric, then Jack, and then Halo, and then a series of people that she's
seen worked on.
worked on. And she settles on a very plain looking military officer with a green outfit, human,
Mm-hmm.
with hair pulled back into a tight bun.
Mm-hmm.
Still a very cheery disposition.
Mm-hmm.
Just, she's independent now. Like, you can tell she's not attached to anything. It seems as though that's how she should have been,
Right.
not
Okay.
linked to. But in knowing Alira, for the short time you guys did, she had a few personality traits that it seemed as though were imprinted in the domino.
Imprint. That's what I was looking for.
And they're gone. All of them.
Okay.
And you almost make the link up, was she still alive in the system?
Makes sense.
But
Because she
is
was.
not.
Yeah, she was. They were linked mentally pretty intensely there for a hot moment.
They were.
So. Are you okay? Jack informed me of everything.
Yes. Is there a medical emergency you need me to handle?
No? Just checking. No, not at the moment. Just checking on you.
Perfect. Yes. I like this. Doc Alira is gone. Yes. Yes.
Do you wish to stay like this for a while, or do you need to be...
This is what I used to function as, Amy. Before we met. Or before you met the fleet, which I don't feel the fleet's presence anymore.
Are you okay with that?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's new.
Understandable.
I'm undecided, but I have work to do. Thank Jack and thank you.
Yeah, get to it. I'll let you know what our next moves are if you'll be needed. Which the way things have been going with us.
Let Godric know that I have reattached one of his mercenaries' legs,
Will do.
and that they will function at 100% efficiency.
Cool.
Thank you. And she disappears. And
I'll leave her
reappears
ship.
over and starts working on something.
Okay. I'll leave her ship and go check. Since I'm on the night, I'll go up to the bridge and go check on how we're going with the Rest of your
Okay,
mission.
I'll say you start to make your way up there. It's a bit of a walk up to the bridge of the night. Your legs are looking great because there's a lot of stairs. Godric, what are you doing? Can I see your notebook real quick?
I called Jala.
What's up?
Has anybody contacted Orland to say, hey, the station is his? Are we still waiting on that?
Oh, you know what? I actually haven't heard from him, but we've been dealing with a lot of meetings and politics and shit. So.
All right, I'm just gonna call him and give him the station.
Yeah, it's been a couple of days. He has to give him a little space, give him time to process, but a couple of days is long enough. We got it going.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't heard from those other two people about the trade.
Yeah, it's a little concerning, but well, I guess we'll find out.
Are our docks broke, like to where nobody can land anything on this first continent?
What docks?
Well, I thought there were ships coming down on the first continent. You know, like you would ship on the water.
No, we were working on that here, I thought. The first continent, we just used what space we had on the farm and Orland's port, which is gone.
All right. Well, we definitely need spaces to people bring their ships in. So I might have to call somebody. What are they called now? Docking ports? Where you park your ship on the first continent and you kind of just go about your business?
Again, we didn't even really have those. We just kind of landed.
Well, what did we have before?
Farmland. Orland's port.
Okay. All right. And we didn't give Orland's old station to anybody, did we?
It's being torn down.
Okay. So what are we using for people? Are they just coming in and parking?
They're not doing anything. They're leaving. They see that the port's gone, then they just fly back off.
Which is another reason that income and profits and all that all those issues that chick was talking about, hello reason. Call Orland!
All right. I'm going to call Orland now.
He answers. Oh, hello. You can see that the marks on his face are gone.
How you doing?
Kind of lost in the sauce, but I think we're ready to make a move.
Yeah. Well, the station above us is yours.
Oh.
Right now I'm trying to figure out places where the ships can land instead of just landing in a field somewhere.
Well, they used to land on my spaceport and spend money. All the traders inside have left,
Yes.
as most of their wares were destroyed in the fight.
All right. Is it possible if you could build the station? Well, not build it, but we're giving you to replace what happened. Can you turn that into, if I gave you some money?
Oh, of course, yes.
How much money would you to turn it into another trade station? And to basically turn it back into what it was.
Well, the space station's bigger than my spaceport ever was. You're looking at an easy 590 mil minimum.
To get
To
trade going.
retrofit it, yes, to where I can get things going again. Possibly better.
How much?
590 million.
All right, this is coming out of Gandan's account. 500.
So if you'll just send me the paperwork, we'll sign over the station and I'll start landing it.
Can you come meet me? I can give you the money right now.
Where are you?
Here's the location.
Okay.
Here's the money.
You see his eyes get this big. At the sight of that much money he hadn't seen in some time.
Make it shiny. And put some defensive guns or something on it.
He had defensive guns in the old one.
Bigger.
He was the defense beginning.
He really was at some point, yeah.
Well, it's gonna. I was gonna put guns on it anyway.
Even a place like that can't defend against that many ships, that much gunfire forever. Okay.
So.
And he starts to. You see him like grab something, and you see him go outside, and he starts to make his way towards the vehicle.
Some advice. If you want it done quickly, call Jackson Delro. He'll send his bots out.
Isn't he the
Yeah, he fixed it up.
droid guy?
Yeah, I called him up, and he fixed up what it is up there now.
Give him a call.
Yeah, tell him got it. Tell him to call you.
Okay.
All right.
And you see him start to hop in a vehicle and make his way towards you. Halo. You watch Jack finish the sale.
After I got done calling Riker.
Okay. Riker arrives about 10 minutes later, touching down in a very shiny vessel. You see him step off. At this point, he's wearing a very nice looking mechanic's outfit with a toolbox. And steps off. He's like, so, where's your mech?
In a minefield.
Well, that won't do now, will it?
I'm just gonna show him the like where it looks like.
He looks. He kind of starts to step that way. You see him tap his temple.
Scope.
Tap it again.
Scope.
Then you see him pull something out the side of his head and look through it. Oh, lovely. Well, I can tell from this distance it's going to cost you a pretty penny to fix your Mac. It'll be whole again.
Okay.
But yes, and he slides it back in, and you see him tap his temple 3 or 4 more times.
Okay.
We have to get it out of there first.
Yes.
I'm not going to die.
I know.
You see Jack look over. Hey, what's up, weirdo?
The weirdo.
Don't talk to me. What's wrong? He's like, don't talk to me. You gonna burst into tears? Shut up, Jack!
I started.
Alright, recovery team Alpha 1. Prepare to pull the mech first, and then we're gonna do the APC.
This is what I
You
did.
hear, roger that, Jack. Give us 10 minutes.
I'm just gonna chuckle inside, like. I just chuckle inside how they're both fighting.
And then you see Jack tap 2 buttons on his pick, and then everybody gets a message. It says, at noon tomorrow, please prepare for a official meeting with Jack Cordova.
What's
Okay.
that equals to me, right?
It goes
That
to
went to
everybody.
Oh god. Riker, like, how much are we talking about?
I don't know. I have to survey the damage.
Okay, well, I know where the legs are.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
There's nothing I can do. I'm not going in there until it's over here.
I know.
So you can ask me more questions, but I still won't have answers until I look at it.
One other question. Why do you hate Jack that much?
Because he's a fucking prick.
And that's
And Jack's like, yep.
Fair.
Understandable.
And you see a vehicle come out, hovering above the ground. And you see 2 more vehicles similar to Jack's that came and got you guys start to do a sweep across the minefield.
Deactivating.
And you just hear a cacophony
Weren't we
of
supposed
explosions.
to clear shit first? Weren't we supposed to clear shit first?
And then you see them start to swirl around the mech. As you see them now sitting in the minefield, the front section that you guys now see, at least you, I don't know if you're outside.
No, I was.
You just
walking
hear
up
a
to the
lot of
bridge.
explosions outside.
Did you open his door?
Uh-huh.
Is he upstairs?
He's walking around. Oh, there he is.
Wiggle monsters always down here.
So you start to hear explosions off in the distance outside the vessels. And then it stops.
Did it?
Jack, minefield is clear. Please proceed. Roger that. And you start to see a vehicle stop behind you.
Uh-huh.
and it starts to hover.
Okay.
And then it kind of hovers higher and higher, almost to it's not necessarily an airplane, but you're not sure what it is.
Okay.
But then you read the side of it. It says mech rep unit,
Oh, great.
and Jack gets in. He's like, "You coming?"
Sure. Riker, you want to come or do you want to wait?
I'm waiting on this to come this way.
All right, then let's get on.
Then you hear Jack go, "Hey, Jala,
Mm-hmm.
I need your crew when they're ready."
Yeah. I think we're ready to go. I had them all getting prepared while I was finishing things up with Domino.
Okay. And I'll say at this point, just to fast forward a little bit, your teams go out and do a successful recovery. Some things are learned.
Mm-hmm.
Never go with Godric whenever he's hurt.
That was your choice.
And Jack lets everybody know of all the anomalies out in the field. There's a lot.
Okay.
There's a hatch in the middle of the field.
Like this
Towards-
field. This field we're just working
Yes.
in. Okay.
So here's your tree line right here,
Mm-hmm.
right? Trees are over here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a steel lid right here with a spin hatch handle on it.
Mm-hmm.
He also finds what looks like part of a wing. He also finds, his mine team finds that there are what look like old ruins of something, a building. And you also see that there's a bit of a, you're not sure, almost looks like an old war pillbox of some kind
What
there.
is that?
It's a pillbox was pretty much a concrete and rebar structure that soldiers would use as cover while laying
Okay.
fire into an area. But you're not quite sure what that is. And you find trinkets. You find a gold necklace with a big pendant on it of purple and jade.
Mm.
And there's a few other things that are not identifiable.
Like the grabbable stuff. I'm gonna go like. Well, this is stuff Jack's found.
Well, it's stuff that's been pinpointed. It's not been picked up.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah. Jack left specific instructions not to touch
To
shit.
touch anything. Yep.
So, you see the mech vehicle
Okay.
and the recovery vehicles go out there collectively and start to get the mech.
Cool.
They bring it back to where Riker can work on it on the night.
Okay.
The APC, they go to pick it up and it breaks in half.
Okay.
But they still pull it out of the field.
Yep.
The four-wheeler is picked up in a ball because it broke the frame and twisted the wheels up like this. There's a finger stuck in the metal. They take it and give it to Domino, and Domino's like, it's too late now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that being said, we're going to take a short break because I need to grab something, and we'll be right back.
Do 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 do.
And we're back. All right.
On the edge of our seat.
That's right. Now, I'll say, Jala, you're indisposed at the moment. And we'll move over to Godric while you do that.
I call up my junkyard workers that are up on the station that aren't aware of the situation.
And I'll say at this point, Orlin is next to you, talking with you about the sale and signing over this stuff.
Alright, well, I'll talk. Okay.
You hear one of them, hello.
Hey, Orlin.
No, you're talking to one of the people on the station.
Oh.
That really weird guy that you spoke with before.
I liked him. He's cool.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Not so bad. How are you?
I'm doing great. I've given the news station to Orlin so we can start up trade again.
News station.
The old junkyard station above that I repaired.
Oh, do we have a job?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
There are several slots down on Yandan.
Okay.
If you're interested in some different work, I know the police department, fire department are severely needing help. But you could be part of my personal staff if you wish. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. I'll let the rest know.
And can you take the old ships that are on the old station that got cut in half, and can you bring them over to the new station? Could that be possible?
Some of them, yes.
The ones you can't, just sell them.
Okay.
I mean, if they don't belong to anybody.
Okay.
All right, and just give me the price of all the stuff being sold, and make sure everybody gets paid, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
All right.
A couple of the workers quit. I'll just summarize the conversation. He tells them, and a couple of them quit. The rest of them agree to join the junkyard down on the planet's surface.
Yes.
The ones who quit immediately leave. The ones who stay start flying ships down. Some of the ships are too big, but they're not worth much. They're more of like, if you wanted to start getting into cargo flight, they're perfect. But there's no purpose unless you want to keep them for something to hold on to them.
How big are they?
About half the size of the Knight for your ship.
I'll keep one of the better looking ones. The biggest one that's better looking.
They're about the same. One of them's got a little bit of a white paint job to it. The other one's more green and black with some highlights of silver.
All right. I just sell them all.
You sell them? Don't keep any of them?
No.
Okay.
There's
And it
nothing
takes you a while to... You're flicking through your pick looking for people looking for ships. You find a couple. They're not wanting to spend that much. You make about 8 mil on both of them together.
Okay.
It's a long haul cargo family who that's been their legacy job is to just fly freight.
Okay. Everyone like those guys. Does that one guy I talked to decide to stay?
Yeah, he stays. And it takes them about the rest of the day into the night to keep moving things back to the planet's surface.
Good. I was going to do something important. What was it? I talk. I give. Nobody's been calling me, so I call Jackson Derillo.
Okay. He answers sleepily.
Hey. I know we kind of had a conversation about you coming to save the whole planet, but we worked something out with the other trade people. But I do have a job for you, and
Maybe.
we might be able to get your bot. We don't know. I mean, I don't know if things on Yandan are pretty fucked up. I mean, none of us can really leave. As you know, the farming.
Get to the point.
I need your boss to repair a bunch of ecological equipment I set up about 2 weeks ago before the attack.
Make a persuasion check. I'll talk to him.
It's farmland stuff. basically, it's equipment to make.
It's good.
It's like a giant greenhouse for each farm that covers the entire farmland, and it's supposed to do a bunch of stuff and trade will go a lot faster, better.
I get it.
All right.
All right. I'll let him know. He'll probably get back to you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Then he hangs up. All right. I'll say that's your turn. You see more ships land in Jack's area. Very similar to the vessels that were there before. While you guys are doing repairs and things to the vehicles damaged, they get the legs out of the woods for the mech over the period of about 4 hours because they were jammed in the trees.
Okay, so
Riker begins working on the chassis of your mech, which he oddly moves quickly,
Flash.
precisely, and it's like he's done this before, way too many times.
I'm gonna ask Riker something.
And then it's not your turn.
Oh,
And then you see Jack. You see more of the stuff inside of his underground shelter start to sell in your pencil.
I'm not.
But like now he's moved on to the bigger items like ships. So yeah, I'm gonna say the sun is starting to set on a chillier day.
Oh, sleeping buzz.
So Riker is still working on your mech. What are you doing?
So it's daytime basically?
It's still day, but it's about to be night. He's still in the night working on the ship.
I'm ahead of Riker.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I'm ahead home.
Okay.
Let me know if you need anything.
Okay. I'll give you a total cost assessment at the end.
Okay, well I'm ahead to the house behind Godric's hellhole.
Okay. Bye.
Alright, I'm gonna just walk off now.
It's about a 3-mile walk.
To the woods.
Well, that's on the main road.
Oh.
I guess I'll call Jack. I mean, no, not Jack. Call Godric really quick.
Okay. Do you answer?
No, I'm still deaf. And I. Yeah.
No?
Oh. Yeah, I'll answer it.
Hey, Godric. Can you send me a person to pick me up to go to my house? Because I'm basically 3 miles.
I like what time it is. Okay.
Thanks.
I have Cottage go pick him up.
Cottage?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
A moment goes by.
Piss off Cottage.
And you start to walk, and then a truck pulls up, and you see Cottage. Hey,
Hi.
I'm your taxi. Get in.
Okay, I'm just gonna hop on in.
And she accelerates very quickly down the street, down the gravel road,
Yeah.
and she drops you off at your house.
Alright, I'm gonna get out.
Okay.
Let's get in, run in the house, and just flop in bed.
Okay. You're still dirty, filthy, and you just
I don't even care.
right in the bed. Okay. I'll say you go to sleep for the night. Jala. You see Riker in the cargo bay working on things. You see
Okay. Mike's in the cargo bay.
working on Halo's mech, which he's already got the legs back on it.
What the?
Okay.
Halo's nowhere to be seen. It's almost dark.
Okay.
You were helping your crew get things put away after the recovery mission.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Not a lot going on.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm going to pull up. I'm assuming they all got appropriately logged because it's Jack. Can I pull up a map of where all of that shit was around the the hatch and the wing and all that little stuff?
He sent it all to you in live, so you have it.
Okay.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Okay. I'm going to go through and mark what all the little grabbable stuff was. Then I'm going to order... He's good. I'm going to order like a couple sets of plastic grabbers. You know the grabber guys. And
little claws.
yeah.
Okay.
And just to be safe, plastic and lead.
Okay.
Like boxes to put them in,
Okay.
so that we can get this stuff out of the field, but nobody's touching anything.
Okay.
Well, just for the little stuff.
It costs you about 50 to
Yeah.
70 Pandora marks.
Mm-hmm.
So mark off about 65 Pandora marks for the things you're looking for. And they arrive to you within about 10 minutes.
Cool. And that's gonna be tomorrow. Is me and a couple of volunteers going to pick the stuff up so we can get a better idea of it.
Right?
And what are you doing the rest of the night?
Probably relaxing.
Okay. Just a bit of a day.
Yeah, been a long day. So get in my not done.
Okay.
Get to my room, and I'm gonna stay in there on the night. So get to my room, get changed, shower, get a cup of tea or something, just put on some music, just chill for the evening.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Godric, what are you doing?
I'm in my office. I'm looking for ghost riders.
Okay. Make an investigation check. What'd you roll?
1.
You're not having much luck.
Let's keep
You're,
going.
you're still tired. Your head hurts a little bit from the explosion. You end up, I would say, falling asleep in your room
Nice.
at some point.
I'm just smoking a J. Yeah. Yep.
All right. If nothing else, guys.
Can I do one more thing?
Maybe.
I press a button on my pick to finally approve that AIs are allowed to live here if you're peaceful
Okay.
and you don't have any crappy backgrounds, like no murder charges or some
Okay.
weird shit.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna go tomorrow.
All right. So.
Godric decisions.
I mean, considering most of them have been outlawed for centuries, I don't see many of them having murder charges, but okay.
No, it's gonna be a floodgate.
Okay. Of rage, sure.
As you
Well,
guys find sleep finds you. Much needed after a stressful day in a minefield.
Bullshit field.
The bullshit field.
How long were we in that minefield?
Huh?
How long were we in the minefield?
Probably a couple hours.
Okay.
Godric's laughing in his sleep. I saw a halo fly.
Godric.
I'm like,
Well, if Ed had rolled another 10 points higher, you'd have been blown off the top of that APC.
I probably would have hit a tree or something.
No,
You're
probably-
lucky.
Like,
Or
then
exploded.
well, you'll never know, will you? So, night finds you. It's quiet. It's warming up outside as the morning comes with no issues that you're aware of. You wake up to food being cooked in the distance. A reminder notice on your pick from Jack that there's a meeting at noon with him in front of the Swaler.
What time is it?
Say at this point it's about 8 in the morning. Everybody was slept in after a stressful day. Food is ready from your various crew chefs from the various areas.
I'm walking towards the food.
Amy is outside waiting to pick you up.
Okay, I go outside. Well, actually, I'm gonna peek, like, put my head out the door, like, give me, like, 10 minutes if that's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna get in the shower really quick.
Okay.
Get cleaned up, stuff like that, get new clothes on.
Okay. You find a quick outfit, yeah.
I'm gonna go outside now.
Okay.
Just do. On the way.
You get in the vehicle and you start to head back towards the base.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna call Riker.
He answers. Hello.
Hey Riker. Everything good?
Your mech is done.
Okay.
15 million, please.
Okay, sure. I need a pen.
There's a pencil. Okay, you're good. So you have 984 now. So raise those to 84.
Yeah. 84, and I'm gonna say, meow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you really much.
He's better than brand new.
Like how?
Ta-ta. Shot your
Uh-oh.
hands up.
I don't know if
I'm a calling Camulus.
Kayla's answers. Hello, young one.
Hi, how are you feeling?
Better?
How's your legs?
Good. Did you ever hear about the old world story of Forrest Gump?
Can you tell me that one? Hold on. Give me 1 second before we continue.
I would be like, is that a metaphor? Are you trying to call me something? What? You trying to call me something?
Oh, that was clean. Okay, you can tell me the story after I meet you. Okay?
Sounds good.
Alright, well, see ya.
Bye.
Alright.
And you guys start to make your way there. Amy brought you breakfast foods, like a sandwich to eat or something in the vehicle.
Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
I have a question though, Amy.
What?
Did Camulus ever say sorry about what he did to you by not actually yeet you across this pond?
No.
Okay, when we're there, we can.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna eat the food.
You eat the food. All right, Jala.
yes.
Tao has a delicious breakfast set up per the Tuesday meal, as Monday was rather rough. What are you doing?
Waiting. Well, I'd say waiting for noon, but I think I'm gonna go recruit some volunteers to do some archaeology, for the lack of a better term.
Okay. You get a couple interested. TJ volunteers. So does Rhodes. They kind of follow you around. A couple of the soldiers volunteer, but they make it adamant that they need to be back to talk to Jack at noon.
Yeah, I'm well aware we're all gonna be there at noon.
Okay. And you guys start to make your
gosh.
way out into the field.
Remember, do not touch these things. God only knows.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay. You
And yeah, just anything small, anything grabbable goes into one of the boxes. Lead or plastic. I just bought both just in case. Who knows? Plastic
Understood.
probably would be fine, but lead usually keeps things in. So
okay. You go. Which spot do you go to first?
I'm assuming the smaller objects are like just scattered around. So I'd say let's start by that hatch
Okay.
around there, and then we'll move to the wing, just the kind of in the order that you just told me.
Okay.
Start at the hatch, move to the wing, go to the old ruins, and then if there's anything around that pillbox, check the pillbox, and then we'll go back.
Okay.
If we have time, however much we have time to do.
Okay. You make it out to the hatch without incident. You can see a lot of craters, massive craters from where even the roots and the stumps of the trees that were chopped down have stopped growing from
Okay.
the amount of the explosion.
Wow, so that
the explosive
did it.
damage, yeah. You kind of walk up and down and up and down. You make your way to the hatch. And we'll stop there. Godric, What do
Oh,
you
I
got?
cut in my room. Super clean. Got my Pandari Councilman ring and the Yandian Council ring. I walk down the hallway looking at food, and I try one more time for the Ghost Rider.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
23.
You find a couple. Their services are not cheap. And it's based on what you want, more or less. Just the general synopsis of what you're reading.
Which one looks like the best one?
They're both about the same. Like words are words.
All right, I hire one of them to come meet me.
Okay. He just goes by Jay.
Jay.
Okay. He says he can be there around 1.
All right, tell him to meet me. Where am I right now? Am I in my mansion or am
You're
I?
on wherever.
I'm on my mansion.
Okay.
I tell him meet me here at this location.
Okay. The mercenaries are getting breakfast.
Are my lawyer or secretary around me?
Not in the immediate vicinity.
I just start running towards them.
Okay. They're still in their rooms.
I just knock on the door.
See, I'm just shoving those.
What?
I just approved a new law you might want to know about. Or do you want to? Do you
Huh?
want? Yeah, I just made AI legal here.
Okay.
Okay.
Get out of my room.
You
$2 million.
You hear
Okay. Was that my secretary or lawyer?
secretary.
Now I go to the lawyer room.
Oh my god.
The lawyer's not in his room.
In her room. All
Her
right.
room.
I leave a note. Just Godric was here. He made AI legal under certain restrictions.
Okay.
I just go eat. Fuck it. I'm gonna go eat.
Okay.
No, it's bad hunger.
You start to eat. Okay. Halo. You make it back to the base. What are you doing?
Wait. Where's the Mac at exactly?
It's on the night.
We're just at the base, so you can go get it.
Okay, I was like, I'm not been here for a while. I'm gonna go to the Mac.
Back, the ship is open. As you pull up, the mech's walking around, and you see some kids sitting around it, and it looks like it's telling a story to the kids. And the kids, half of them look bored, the other half look intrigued.
Okay.
As the mech looks bigger,
How bigger?
probably about 8 feet taller.
Oh my. How tall was it right now?
Well, before it was about 12 feet.
What's that noise?
So
Now it's about 20 feet tall.
I heard it was doom doom doom.
It's probably him.
Yeah,
wiggle is being wiggle.
We can check for food if you
that's
want.
too soon.
Yeah.
And he's the same colors as he was before.
Blood red.
The cockpit is new.
How new?
Like
Door?
you don't recognize it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's him.
You see the legs are the same, but it looks like they were extended.
I'm gonna be like, in my head, I'm like, know what? No, forget that. I'm gonna go to the Mac.
Okay. And he continues to tell the story, and you see his reticle look at you, and then keep telling the story.
Hi, Camillus.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
This looks like you gotten taller.
I have.
That's nice.
Did you ever hear the story about the tallest man in the world on old Earth?
Let's hear it.
And then he starts to tell you about the tallest man who was almost 13 feet tall.
Oh my god.
And it just kept going.
Was he married?
Wait for it, was he?
You find out.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah. So, what do you want to do?
Wait, what is near the night thing? Like, what is there like any like things to fuel this thing up?
It's fully fueled. And your fuel capacity is more.
more now?
Yeah.
Wow, record distance upgrades. No wonder it costs 15 million. Sure amount. I'm gonna see how the kids are doing.
They're listening contently, mostly some of them more or less bored, but they're eating whatever their parents got them as the people, are kind of starting to come over to the base to see what Jack has to say.
I'm not talking about that. I'm gonna say,
Well, at that base.
Right
We're
now,
on a second continent.
well, you got, so half, I would say about 3/4 went to the farm. The rest of them went to Jack's base.
Okay.
And then, so you're probably looking at about 600-700 people.
Okay.
oh,
And now there's ships touching down, dropping people off from the other continent. So,
Wait, are these just regular civilians? And Jack wants to talk to them all? Oh, shit.
well, I'm gonna go call the people that, since I am the boss of the junkyard, I'm gonna call in the people to possibly just get to work, honestly, see how they're doing.
okay. Horacle answers. He's like, hey,
Hi, Oracle.
what's up?
Is it okay? We can possibly get back to work. Everything's good now.
You're the boss.
Alright? Thanks.
All right.
Alright, we'll see
He
you.
hangs up. Jala,
Yes.
what are you doing?
As time continues, I'm gonna keep this going. I know we're not super far from
She almost.
like the meeting location, so I say we'll keep collecting until like 11, and then head back so we can drop stuff off, get to the meeting location.
Okay.
Like, just like about how much do we collect?
Are you? What are you doing with the hatch or anything or no?
No, I was just going out there to get the small stuff. I
Small
wasn't
stuff.
investigating beyond that.
You pick up the small objects and
Uh-huh.
put them in your lead-lined plastic doohickeys. You collect about 5 to 10 items that were small. You see the wing. You don't recognize that from any type of aircraft.
Okay.
One of the objects you pick up, the necklace, has a bit of a smell of ozone to it. Like after a lightning strike, ozone. You put it in the box. Secure.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm not looking too deep at the stuff. They're just going into the boxes for now.
You pick up what looks like a module of some kind. Make an intelligence check. Actually, make a science check for me.
Science.
Yep.
He's good. He's just messing with
I know.
the.
If you need some, I'll come out here. What am I doing?
Science.
19.
19. You know it controls something, but you don't know what.
Okay.
It's very alien of this type you've never seen before. It's purple
Okay.
with some silver and gold. Another one of the objects looks like it was a piece of some sort of clothing.
Okay.
Um,
Now, is this just stuff just I've collected, or is this from everybody?
everybody.
Okay.
And a few of the other things are like buttons, pins, and
Just little bits and bobs.
yeah, weird stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
nothing of substance.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah, we'll head back, put all the way, get down to wherever this meeting's
Yeah,
happening.
it takes you up till about 11 to get it all because
Okay.
it's just the distance walking. You can start to see that some in spots, the trees are starting to grow back
Okay.
quickly. So we'll go there. Godric, what are you doing?
What time is it?
Yeah, I'll say this point from the start of your turn is about 10.
Well, to kill time, I look through my pick to see if I can order something.
What?
Well, since my APC got smashed by
It
18.
wasn't yours.
No, not that one.
Oh, from the initial
Alton.
fight?
I start looking at APCs. Like, I want to be able to fit like 2 heavy machine guns on top of it. Want it to hold double the amount of people, and to be on a track.
You don't find one with those requirements, but you can order one.
How much?
About 1 million.
All in black. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I order it, and can I tell them where to drop it?
You can, but they say it's going to take about a week to build.
I put hole on that,
Okay.
and I call up Jack.
Jack answers. He's in his dress uniform.
Hey, you got any? I know you just gave away a bunch of equipment. Do you have any like really nice big APCs?
I had some. I got one left.
Can I have it? Is it? I mean, is it big? Is it nice?
It's old, but yeah, it's big. It's runs fine.
All right.
Your definition of nice versus mine are extraordinarily
All
different.
right.
No, it doesn't have leather seats. No, it doesn't have air conditioning.
All I want is 2 giant machine guns on top of it.
It's got 4.
Okay. Okay. You want to drop it off? How do you pick it up?
Just get it after the meeting.
All right. I'm gonna
And
go.
he hangs up.
All right. Actually, I get really. I already am nice and dolled up, and I have a beard. It's pretty. It's like right here. I start like putting like little decorations in, like beads and shit,
Okay.
like with symbols.
Make a
that mean
performance check.
performance check. $23.
Must be a
Okay.
Kills that. Does it look nice?
I think it looks good.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bunch. It's like just little wooden, really traditional.
Okay.
So I go to the spot where everybody's meeting.
Okay.
I take my motorcycle.
Okay. You ride your bike off and drive up the road and pull off.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people there.
I'm just waiting there talking to people.
Anybody else?
No, I think we're all just kind of waiting for the meeting right now.
Where was I?
You?
Where were you?
I think it was at the night.
You were listening to your mech talk about the world's tallest man.
Okay. Is it my turn or?
Can be.
I think I hear something.
I'm just gonna say, hey Mac, cameos.
Yes.
We have to go to a meeting.
Understood. And he starts to walk.
Sorry, just somebody's not right.
Alright. So, we'll wait for Godric to get back.
No, dude, I've got it. Jesus Christ. 20 minutes. Chill out.
Okay, everybody attends the meeting. It's sunny out, it's warm. And then the tone alert sounds, and Jack steps off the swaler and walks up onto a landing pad. It's elevated position. He says, nobody's saying anything. And you feel a little bit of tension in the air as he steps out. And you actually see Turner's next to him now. As is CJ. So, ladies and gentlemen of Yandan, it has been, unfortunately, my responsibility, along with my associates, to try and keep everybody safe. And in my forward efforts of doing so, I have disadvantaged you all in regards to making everyone responsible for themselves. We are not the blanketing shield that everybody thinks we are. I came out of retirement to save the planet, and we did so twice. I expect nothing, but I do expect that in the future, the people of Yandan will understand that it is their civic duty to defend them and their own. Because today, I will be dismantling the militia fleet for good. Now, I already spoke with many of the fleet members, and they will be offering their services to Commissioner, he looks at Godric, to Commissioner Turner, because he needs officers and deputies. Right now, we're in a turning point in the history of this planet, in which I stepped down out of military power, because this was never meant to be a militarily ran planet. It is a farming planet, a harvesting planet, not a planet ruled by military or second-hand military force. So, I'm going to be going back to doing what I wanted to do before all this shook out. I propose you guys do some soul searching if you still wish to continue to live here as part of a fundamental resource in which multiple solar systems require. So, in ending, I will be liquidating my assets and falling back with my original crew. If you ever need help, don't hesitate to call, but don't expect me to save your day. It's been fun, and be the change in the world you wish to see. Goodbye. And he steps off the stage and goes back to the Swaler room without saying another word. There's a lot of muttered whispers amongst the, Come on. Can I have that, please? Thank you, sir. There's a bunch of muttered whispers amongst the crowd as they're trying to understand what just happened.
I get up on stage and I start taking questions.
Okay. You go up there, there's no real questions. They just kind of don't know what to do. People just kind of like wait for vehicles to come and pick them back up.
With civilians?
Yeah. And there's talking later of, well, I guess, we have to buy this or we have to try to get this.
Well, I'd like to know that the town is slowly being rebuilt, that we've worked out negotiations with other people. Your farm and your farming equipment will be fixed and replaced. And
some of them are listening. A lot of them are still in the greatest of shock that Jack is stepping off. And as Jack was talking, you guys, since you know Jack, it was one of those things where you could tell he was really holding back from what he really wanted to say. So it ended up like that. And in a way, you should be proud of him because he really wanted to fire into these people because he was tired of it.
Well, it wasn't.
And you know that.
It's not the people's fault.
Yep. So. Yep. All right. So you went. Halo, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Sorry, Mom texted me.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to go or do you want to get skipped?
I want to get skipped.
What are you doing?
If I've got a better picture of that wing, can I try and do a little investigating as to what it is, where it's at,
Yeah, sure.
what it's from? Yeah.
Okay. What do you try? Make 2 checks for me. I need a science check
Okay.
And I need an investigations check.
Just use one that's the science, since you asked for that first. Wow, counting. 27 for science. And investigation?
Mm-hmm.
11.
You know it's not of a material made in this solar system.
Okay.
And you determine that there's more of it buried, but you have no idea what species it's from.
Okay. Okay, that works. Is he? I had to walk away. Is CJ still here? Or what happened?
CJ
Okay.
kind of.
That's food.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. Get our food ready. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
And now that food's here, new.
Hello, everybody. We're back. We got our delicious pizza. Halo won't be joining us for a little while. He's indisposed. So that being said, I will be piloting his character. Literally and figuratively. So, picking up. People start to leave the second continent. And, again, more stunned at what's going on. And in that moment, you start to see a lot of the military personnel walk up to you and you. And they're like, can you tell Jack thank you for everything?
Yes.
And they hand in their patches.
Okay.
They start to hand you guys their patches.
I'm like, no, that's for you to keep.
Jack said we had to turn them in.
Okay.
And they line up in a perfect file line. Old, young, physically disabled, and all. And they turn in their patches and start to make their way to whatever end they wish.
How do I go back to you? How many go back to their regular lives?
You don't know. You start to see the military base exit, more or less. You see the guards at the gates leave. And in about an hour, 2 hours, the field is empty. All vessels are gone, except for the Swaler and the Knight and CJ's ship.
He got rid of everything.
All of it's gone.
The bunkers and
You don't know. That you don't know about.
Okay. Is CJ still around?
He is.
Okay.
His ship's still there.
Okay. Well, it looks like we are available anytime for your next mission.
And he turns around with a big grin on his face.
I
Finally.
gotta get back to where I wrote all of that.
He's standing there in a semi-feminine, but where's it masculine way. Like a robe, but it's like an officer's robe, but it's formal but informal. It's very complicated with the golds and the blacks and the reds. So,
Wow. It hasn't been that long. So,
are you ready for a mission?
of course, think I've still got.
And
We were
Jack,
talking. We had been talking. I know you gave us the option of like 3 or 4 different things. Vanessa's trying to find it right now.
and while you contemplate that,
Yes.
Godric.
I take off to my mansion to wait for that dude.
Okay. He's waiting for you. You see a smart dressed, he's wearing a new age suit. And a younger guy in his 20s. Human, parted hair, brown, with one white eye and one blue. And he says, "Are you Mr. Godric?
I am.
It's nice to make your acquaintance. I hear you need a book written."
Yes, come up to my office. Is there anything you require? Like, if you want food or drink, just let me know.
I'm fine, thank you. And he follows you up to your office. So what is it you had in mind?
I want you to write a book. That basically, it's a volume set. I already have some started right here. And I have boxes and boxes of paperwork and stuff for you. From other missions and stuff. It's basically like a biography, not a biography, but how me, Jala, Jack met. We got all together, we defeated the Mar, and all the other little stuff in between. It basically tells everybody's story, leaving out certain things. And it goes up to this point.
Yes. The victor writes the history.
Yeah, that's true. Like, there's certain things that are kept out of it.
Okay.
Like,
I'll say you have about an hour and a half conversation with him, and then you figure out what you want, and he gives you a price. Well,
each volume set's about 300 pages.
You're looking at about 10 million. Can you afford that?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long will it take you? It's 3 sets.
It'll take me about a year. This many volumes, this many sets, this much time, yes.
What I want you to do is to do 1 volume at a time. After 1 volume is done, you send it out. Each book is to be charged only like 13 Pandari.
Okay.
Per book. I think if
Wait, are we talking about old paper books or digital books?
both. What was I going to say? I had a brain for it. Like the first volume comes up to where we first meet, and at the end of the volume we defeat the Mar. All that.
I'll say that goes in with what you want.
Yeah. It even talks about Halo shooting an old guy off a truck.
Yep. Okay. And I'll say you guys have about an hour discussion about that and come to the conclusion that it'll cost you about 10 million in about a year to write all of that. And it'll be about a 2-year release, just because of the amount of volumes. Just to see, he recommended writing it all, but only releasing the first volume until you see if people actually want to read it.
Well, people are real curious about what we want to do, what we're doing here. All right, 10 million. I don't know what a title yet. Do you have any ideas?
We'll have to find out.
This is super secretive.
Understood.
There's-
May I go, sir?
One more thing. There's some boxes back here that you're going to take with you.
Okay.
Super top secret shit. Worth a lot of... Yeah. This is why I
He
hired
grabs him and puts him under a wheelie jack he had. He's like, may I go?
Yes. Good
Thank
luck.
you.
If you have any questions,
Takes
call me.
off. Then you see a thing flip down in front of his face. It says, and you start to hear him talk. Chapter 1. And he begins to talk and speak on his way out. He starts with the prelude and all that, so. So.
I mean, it
That's
talks about
going on.
everything.
Jala.
Found it. Okay. Freeze frame done. Getting back to work. How much of what you had sent us before is still up and running? You got the, I'm sure the armed escort thing's done and over with.
It is.
Is that archaeological dig still going on?
No.
I'm security. Darn. Shit, go down. Okay, so other than the research and development with the gun testing, what of what you gave us last time is even still going, or do we have new stuff?
I'm afraid we have new stuff.
Absolutely.
So, there's the recovery mission, which I hear you guys are spectacular at. It's for a ship.
Okay.
It's called the Finite Scabbard.
Finite scabbard?
Yes. It'll make sense when you see it.
Okay.
It is stuck in a moon.
Stuck in a moon.
In a moon. Long story. Short version, they crashed and needs to be fixed.
Okay. Where is this moon?
At the very edge of the Pandora.
Alright. Anything else?
Well, there's military missions that need to be executed, but not in the system.
Oh, okay.
Those pay well.
Yeah, I know, but I have a feeling at the moment it might be a good idea for us to just hang out in the system for a little while.
I agree. So,
Okay, so I'll talk to those two. I mean, recovery is kind of what we do.
it is. So, there's a few more missions coming up. I'll let you know about when I have the minutes.
Okay.
But for now, I have to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ta-ta.
Yeah.
And he kind of gives Jack a curious look and then walks off the ship. Jack turns around and he's wearing a very old jumpsuit from the Wicked Witch.
Like, does it still say Wicked Witch?
It does.
Oh my god.
It looks gross.
We need to open up a
Stained.
museum for all the old shit we have.
Shit. Finally buy all of us new stuff and just put all of our old stuff up in them. Yeah.
There's truth in the key phrase, rusty but trusty. That being said, you see his crew is still there on his ship. Still working. He's like, so, want to hear all the cool shit I got?
You? I looked like you sold everything.
No.
Mhm.
No.
Alright, so what's left?
Follow me.
And as we walk, I'm gonna tell him about the job for CJ.
He listens, kind of half listening, because he just realized everything that's going on in his head. He's like, yeah, it feels right. He's going to miss it, but it feels right. You also start to hear and see ships leaving the planet from the construction crews that were clearing the roads and the debris and the rubble. And it finally slows
Who are
down.
those from?
Huh?
Who are those from?
Somebody Jack hired.
Alright, so we haven't heard back from the other species trying to replace.
Not yet. You see some of the military personnel try to wave you over, because some of them are still at the gate. There's like maybe 50, 60 of them. You go over.
Sure.
Jack trudges
Oh.
behind you begrudgingly.
What's up?
The shortest girl of them all, but she looks fiery and mean.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you still need people to cut your trees down?
Considering the amount of land we currently have, I mean, they grow back quick. So,
Yeah. You still got a lot of untamed forest, a lot of mystery.
well, now hang on here, because there's only. I pull up the map, show her what of all of this we actually own.
She's like, we barely scratched the surface.
I mean, yeah, go for it. We just have to kick the Agma out of here. So.
Same price.
But as the Agma, or
They like you get like the logging the Ogma done, or it's over. The mining they did was over. The logging, all of it. Now it's just he or she is trying to figure out a way to dig up the price. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, due to some unforeseen circumstances, we're going to have to end today's stream. I'm sorry. Some things came up, but we're going to try to hit it harder and better next week. But sometimes life takes over and you have to do these things. So we love you. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Send us your artwork. I want it. I want it on my screen. Until then, we'll see you next Sunday. Have a good week.